So, after we have just completed all three stories, Sonic's, Shadows, and Silver's. And once upon doing so, we have access to extras. Allows us to hear all the music, see all the different cutscenes. And like, that's cool and all. You get to hear some stuff. It's not as big of a roster as like a big of extra content like the previous adventure titles, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but the main thing is that upon completing all three stories, we now have access to the last episode. So, let's put an end to Sonic vs. the story, why don't we?
Sonic! Sonic! Sonic? No!
Finally, the seal is broken. At long last, I'll be able to join with you. Here, bless! Now, Chaos Emerald. It's time for the final curtain call.
this? Where are we? What's going on?
Is this because of that light?
The Chaos Emerald has disappeared.
Silver?
What are you doing here? This is all so confusing.
It's all because of Solaris.
It seems we were all caught by the spatial distortion. Iblis's seal has been broken. Due to Mephiles' manipulation.
Sonic? No. You don't think...
Sonic! Mephiles played us all for fools. His plan all along was to cause the princess to be so consumed with despair that she'd cry.
So that's why he wanted me to kill Sonic before. Solaris!
This creature will consume all existing timelines, and time itself will collapse and disappear into nothingness.
The instability of time caused this time-space rift.
It won't remain for much longer.
We've no time to waste! We've got to defeat it now!
No, it is a transcendent life form that exists in the past, present, and future. Defeating it here, now, would do nothing.
No, I won't give up. There has to be a way. If you say it exists in the past, present, and future, I'll destroy them all at once! Certainly. It might have been possible if he was still alive.
Sonic! Sonic! Sonic?
What's the matter?
I feel Sonic's presence in the wind. I don't think he's dead yet. I'm sure of it. It's not too late.
Of course! Let's call him back with the power of the Chaos Emeralds! Focus your thoughts on using its power to perform this miracle. You can do it, Princess!
I can?
You were the vessel that was used to seal Iblis. You should be able to use the gem's power to rescue Sonic's soul.
I'll do it.
Solaris flung the Chaos Emeralds to the distant corners of this distorted world.
To collect them all in time, we'll have to split up. I'll go too. Because it's for Sonic. So Elise, watch over him.
Cannon's Core Part 2, End of the World. Let's talk about Mephiles' plan. his plan is to kill Sonic just to make Elise cry. But remember when Elise died on board the egg carrier?
Sonic, we have to find the Chaos Emerald soon.
Died on board the egg carrier, and Iblis got released anyway. But anyway, we have another world, and we have an gimmick.
If you touch this rock, you can slow the time-space rift just slightly. Use it wisely and collect the Chaos Emeralds before time-space is destroyed.
So, time-space is expanding. And we need to hurry up and find the emeralds before it consumes us. Literally.
Sonic, I'm coming.
Oh my. So here's the first Chaos Emerald. And we gotta go through 7 of the 9 stages that we've already played through. They're just chopped off bits. We don't have to go through the entire stage. But yeah, we're going through all these stages. And about time space, you see, as time space expands, the screen will turn a distorted color, or rather, all the colors will become distorted. And these eyeballs will show up. The majority of them will show up in this purple variety, which will suck in you, any objects, enemies, anything that's nearby, anything that can be sucked up. And the red ones will throw stuff. Will throw stuff at you. You can make them target other enemies, or rather, have them throw stuff at other enemies. But you want to avoid touching either one because both of them will attempt. Touching either one of them will insta-kill you. I wish you'd hurry up. Wish you'd hurry up and kill these things. I know the Methless ones. Come on, Omega. I thought you were the strongest. But you want to avoid touching either one. If time space gets too much for you, then touch those not angel statues, but touch those statues, and time space will be restored slightly.
The Chaos Emeralds, where are they?
We need to go through 7 zones with 7 different characters. It would have been 9, but 2 of our characters are kind of dead, so. And don't waste too much time just hunting stuff down. I'm gonna let Knuckles have that one fight since he doesn't really do much in this game. But this is an interesting way to get characters to play other stages. I mean, it really is just Canon's Core Part 2.
I'll never give up. Let's go.
You know that water thing I did before? Yeah, you can do it here too. Water, sand has the same effect. But don't get hit, otherwise you'll fall and die. So we're going through Dusty Desert again as Silver. But this time we're outside. And of course, since Silver's so slow, his section takes so long. But it's also more challenging because of that, because he has to try so hard to get away from these balls. Sorry, but I'm not too interested in your balls, Mephiles. Is it Mephiles? Is it Mephiles doing this, or is it Solaris? It's definitely not Iblis. It has to be Solaris. I mean, because if Mephiles could do this, normally, why didn't he just do it before? Yeah. Certain enemies during this effect, just don't even worry about them. The time space rift balls will take care of it for you. Go ahead and attack these enemies if you want, but again, those eyeballs will show up, and it's going to make platforming a whole lot harder. It's a lot harder to get if it's hard to get away from them, well,
Sonic, here I come.
oh my. If it's hard to get away from them, while you're just running, it's gonna be even harder to get away from them while you're in the air. That's why I try to avoid being in the air with Omega, because it's not that.
The Chaos Emeralds, where are they?
It is not easy to do so. It is not easy to do so in the air. To get away from it in the air. But I'm making it look easy, but honestly, this stage can be kind of hard. You can lose a whole bunch of your lives here. You can get game overs. I've gotten plenty of game overs during End of the World here. But once you figure out where to go, it's pretty simple.
Sonic, I'm coming.
Oh my. So many characters have to say that. So, Rouge and Wave Ocean, Knuckles and Tropical Jungle, Omega and Flame Core, Tails and Crisis City. Silver is already in Dusty Desert.
I'm going to save you.
I mean, Amy had to have gone through... White Acropolis in order to rescue Elise that one time, right? You can use your invisibility to dodge the red eyeballs, but you cannot stop the suction effect of the purple eyeballs. And if you're on the ground when she does her little animation, where she figures out that she's invisible again, well, guess what? You're gonna get sucked in and die. Oh boy, that was cutting it a bit close. But yeah, you can use your invisibility to dodge that. I'm invisible, but the searchlight still spots me. And it can still track me. Well, I guess it's tracking my footprints, but you don't want to be on the ground when you're using up your invisibility like that. Not near these balls. That's a surefire way to die.
Sonic, I'm on my way.
You're not seeing you're coming? Oh. I guess that's why he chose Elise over you. Okay. But yeah, Amy still sucks. You have to play as Amy here. You have to play as all the characters that aren't dead. Or Elise.
The time-space ring is expanding. There's more time.
And now we get to the best part, the ending. They saved the best for last. I mean, I like Silver, but Shadow's honestly way too good. Now, be careful here because an eyeball will spawn right in the middle of here if you're too slow. If you're too slow getting through there, this path is pretty much blocked. And there's also one that like spawns in the middle of a bridge. Alright, look at this stuff while I'm here.
Okay, this is it. Sonic, here I come.
Oh my.
Yes. Guess that was alright.
I'm not gonna worry about S ranks. You get rings here, but it literally does not matter. There is no shop here for any character. The world is kind of destroyed right now. I don't think a shop is on anyone's minds right now.
Oh, Chaos Emeralds, Gems of Miracles, please heed my call. I wish to save this world. I wish to cleanse my father's sin, and I wish to talk to Sonic once again. You have given me so many things. Now it is my time to return the favor. I care not what happens to me, but please heed my voice. Sonic, come back. To me. To us.
Oh no, my capture card mysteriously broke during this part. What? How did this happen?
Thank you, Elise.
After all that, we now come face to face with the final boss, Solaris.
That body of light is the sign of a super-dimensional life form. Standard attacks won't work on him. He eats dimensions for lunch. But there should be something that's anchoring him in this dimension. That's probably the light shells that can be seen on his body. If all of those are destroyed, he can be defeated.
Everyone! You need rings to stay in a super state, but maintaining this form consumes rings.
Make sure you don't run out of rings. If you're running low, use the Y button to switch to someone else.
So, the idea here is to... Right now, we need to figure out how to destroy his armor.
Shadow!
Sonic's attack isn't cutting it, so we need to switch to somebody else. Like Rouge said, we can switch with the Y button. And let's see if his Chaos Spear will work. Nope. That effect going off, that means it's not working.
Silver, it's your turn. I'll take care of this. This is the end. Prepare to meet your doom.
Yeah, you have to use Silver's move, the Shield of Light, to grab whatever Solaris is throwing at us and throw it right back at him.
Silver, your power can become a shield of light. If you trap your opponent in
Be
the
careful
green
when you
light,
hold
can attack
on
him directly.
to a whole bunch of these, because they can hit themselves and not end up hitting Solaris. And also, be careful getting hit, because you actually lose rings during this fight. But we have destroyed his arm, and now his other arm can't be hit, so we need to switch.
Okay. It's all you, Shadow. Understood.
It's not gonna be Sonic.
A super dimensional being. This might even be a fair fight.
I know, right? So now, if you charge up with the right trigger, you can fire off spears of light. You can use a regular spear and it won't do any damage. You need to charge up all the way and fire off a huge volley of them. And also, you can press the A button and hold in any direction to the dash. Just keep firing off the spears, and his arm will eventually be... His arm will no longer have armor.
I'll take care of this.
So obviously we need to switch back to Sonic.
Okay. All right, it's my turn. Let's have some fun, Solaris.
So like with Shadow, we need to charge up Sonic's attack. And his is just a straight up headbutt. His move is called the Arrow Light.
Sonic,
Not to be
drive the blue
confused with
light
Spear
into your
Blood.
body. The light will turn your body into an arrow of light.
And it's the only move that will destroy Solaris' main body part. Main armor. After we do that, we can hit him with pretty much anything now.
It's all you, Shadow. Understood. It's all you, Shadow. Silver, it's your turn. I'll take care of this. Silver, it's your turn. Is it over? No, it's not over yet. I guess it's not gonna be that easy.
Stop the out of control Solaris. Ooh boy.
No!
Is it impossible to defeat a super-dimensional being after all?
No. Something's different. It could be a large, powerful consciousness coming from Solaris.
What? A consciousness? That's it! That's his core! Even if we can't stop his form, we can stop his consciousness!
Look! There's a strange thing in the middle of Solaris. Isn't that the core?
The same core that we've been hitting.
Let's see how long
So
you can
once
keep up
again,
that big attitude.
we can hit Solaris with anybody's moves, but it has to be a fully charged move for Sonic and Shadow.
If he detects an attack on the core, he will put up a field with the wings of light. find the right timing.
And another thing is that
The moment
it
he
will
attacks
only
your
work
champ, Solaris's core will be vulnerable.
if Solaris is
Evade his
attacking
attack,
himself.
then strike at the same time.
His shield will only go down while Solaris is firing his laser. Otherwise, nothing will work. Honestly, if you just want to choose this fight, just stick with Shadow. Or no.
I will protect the future.
Yeah. Again, you can do whatever you want. You can choose to end this fight however you want. You can occasionally hear characters and cheer you on.
I will protect the future.
Let's see how long you can keep up that big attitude. The present day, the here and now that you've stolen, time to take it back.
For some reason, his core will actually be in the wrong spot.
Don't let him beat you, Sonic!
And when he gets to low health, he'll start firing off so many lasers.
Time to unleash the ultimate. I will release you from the chains of your past.
Shadow, I'm trusting you to do this.
You can do it, Shadow.
And also, you can just do that.
This is the end. Prepare to meet your doom. The root of all our problems. I will defeat you, Solaris.
Silver, please! Protect everyone's future!
Don't hold back. Let him have it, Silver. It's my turn. Let's have some fun, Solaris.
So this is pretty cool.
I believe in you!
Are you okay? Use the Y button to switch with me. Time to unleash the ultimate power.
I don't want to end it on a lame note, but one to reach the end. Hey, we just beat the game.
That was incredible.
I wish it was all three characters. I wish it was all three characters that are on that result screen. Yeah, like with heroes, or even do like Adventure 2, where you get a different ending depending on who dealt the final blow. But that is last episode. It's one huge stage and a two-phase boss.
Did you destroy it?
No. That is the true Solaris.
Look, Elise. This is Solaris, the flame of hope.
It's so beautiful.
When the flame has grown large enough, our world will change. Solaris will allow us to control time and move through history. People will be able to rectify past mistakes and avoid bitter fate.
Will we be able to see Mama?
Yes, Elise. We'll both be able to see your mother once again.
This is where everything began. Who knew such a tiny flame could bring such devastation? If we put out this flame, Solaris will never exist. And then we'll never have to worry about the flames of disaster, right? But our encounter... You and I will never meet. It will never have happened. To tell the truth, I don't care what happens to the world.
Elise, just smile.
Miss Elise? It felt like someone was calling me. I'm sure it's just the wind. Of course. But it felt so familiar somehow.
And that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. It held a huge scope of what it wanted to do for Sonic's 15th anniversary, but it came up short in many areas. First of all, the story. This game is treated as a soft reboot to Sonic's canon, Like I mentioned before, this game pretty much assumes you already know what happened in Sonic's recent titles. Sonic already knowing how to perform chaos control, Team's dark relationship, etc. Instead of harkening back on those plot points, the game instead takes those points and crafts a different kind of story with them. Chaos control has the power to manipulate time, so let's use it as a way to time travel. Shadow and Gun were at odds with one another in the past, but now that Shadow has put the past behind him, he willingly works for Gun now. Omega 2, I guess. Blaze was written in this game to be originally from Sonic's ruined future and then get sent to her own dimension, but that ended up not working out. This game tried to move this series in a new direction, but utterly misstepped in the wrong direction. Sonic and Elise's relationship for one. Now, I'm not against humans in Sonic games like a lot of people are. The games can do whatever they want as long as they execute their ideas well. I like the idea of Sonic helping Elise go through with trying to lead Soleanna as a princess, along with dealing with all that position's hardships. It shows that Sonic can change those around him and make them stronger through their interactions. Not that it hasn't been done before, mind you. But the problem is that the story tries to make it seem like more than a friendship. Sonic has to choose between either Elise or Amy in that one mission. Amy at least talked about loving the same guy without realizing it's the same guy. And Sonic's revival coming down to Elise kissing a dead Hedgehog. Elise even admits to wanting the world to be destroyed just to stay with Sonic. It's a very out there idea that doesn't work well with Sonic and his adventurous games and themes, reboot or not. This isn't the Archie comics. Sonic's story is the weakest because of this, leaving Shadow and Silver to solve the game's plot on their own. The hero of the entire series is barely involved in the main story and is stuck babysitting the girl with half of the plot in her stomach while the black and white Sonics go and actually solve the mysteries. The only interaction Sonic ever has with the main antagonist of this game was when he gets killed by Mephiles, and he never found out why either. He's dead during the explanation. It's a bold move killing the main character in his 15th anniversary and having the entire cast work to revive him. In a way, that shows that not even death can keep Sonic the Hedgehog down. It's just that the revival doesn't feel as strong as it could have been. However, that might have to do with the gameplay and not the world. Actually, this is a good opportunity to talk about the gameplay in general. At the core, you have 9 different characters, each with their own movesets. Tails is fine, can fly, throw bombs. It's alright. Knuckles would have been fine too, yet it's just that this game harshly punishes you for getting too close to enemies, which is bad since Knuckles' moves rely on getting close. He doesn't get a homing attack like Sonic, Shadow, or even Blaze does. His gliding is heavily gimped, falling too fast before you really get anywhere. Rouge, being a combination of both Tails and Knuckles, gets the lamest of both movesets. Slow bomb throwing, garbage gliding, and don't even get me started on the wall climbing with being stuck on walls for no reason. Omega and Blaze were spared as they were given strong and fast movesets that help break up this game's slow pace. And then there's Amy. Amy is abysmally slow, even slower than Adventure 1. Her one combat option requires her to get uncomfortably close to her enemies, and her invisibility and double jump still fail to speed her up in the slightest. Silver is also painfully slow, but at least he gets an upgrade that makes him slightly faster, and with good practice his combat can be pretty tight. Still though, everyone is so slow in a series where these characters have shown they can move way faster than this. Even Sonic and Shadow, this game's 2 strongest characters, they have to suffer through all of this. It's a shame, really, because you can tell the developers wanted to display these characters' growth and progression throughout the series through the gameplay and bits of the story. It falls short not just because of the rushed development, but because someone had a few ideas that seemed good on paper but poor in execution. This slow, mundane gameplay is a conscious design choice, and the entire game is designed around that choice. Sonic's 15th anniversary definitely could have been an amazing title, but certain poor decisions made this game way less desirable to a lot of people. And yet people won't stop talking about it. Ever since the game launched, people have bashed it over and over again due to story, gameplay, load time, and the vast amount of glitches. I mean, really, this game dared to step out of the comfort zone for Sonic and attempted to tell a story that not only depicts time travel, an intertwining three-protagonist narrative, a romance plot, and even a finale where the main protagonist dies and comes back to life. This game was the one to actually try to take that step in that direction. It was definitely messy, but I can't say that I hate this game. I actually did enjoy playing this game, doing all this crazy stuff to get S ranks, collecting all the silver medals, finding out all this other stuff. The missions and NPCs bring some life into the game world, and seeing Crisis City does make me want to actually change that bleak future. And of course, I've got to mention the soundtrack. You can't have a Sonic game without a good soundtrack, no matter how good or bad the game is. Don't get me wrong, this is still a bad game. Nothing I say will change that fact. It was rushed, it fell short in the most important aspects, and really, the aesthetic of this game is gross. Sonic does not need to try and look realistic. He's a cartoon blue anthropomorphic hedgehog. Eggman definitely didn't need to look realistic. Ugh. But do I hate this game? In some areas, yes. But for the most part, not really. I can see where the developers tried their best to make things work. They had a clear idea on what they wanted to do, and they ran full force into it. Whether that thing was good or bad isn't that important in this regard. They took one full step in the direction they wanted this game to take, and didn't back out at the last minute. Unlike a certain other anniversary game later on. For such. Hell, this game pulled off the Ruined City idea way better than that game. And again, this game actually went through with killing Sonic and not backing out immediately after. The scope of this game was large and ambitious. It mainly did not have the time needed to fully realize that scope. That part where Tails said no during Solaris, that voice clip didn't actually play. I put that in during editing. That voice track originally went unused. If you want to see some more unused content, you should probably check out some YouTube videos. There are tons of videos out there about this topic. Even despite all that, despite the glitches, despite the subpar storytelling, despite the gameplay not being the best, I would still play this game over Forces any day. Say what you will, but 06 actually tried. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 is an ambitious game that really wanted to be that Sonic Adventure 3 that fans were hoping for. But it just came up short. It's a flawed, broken mess of a game. But it has some strands of gold lying in there. If only there was a way to see that stuff realized.
Silver, we don't have time. Let's get to Elise right away. All right.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. Merry Christmas, everyone. This was Bakahatsu Reborn, and I'll be seeing you all next year. Take care.